Hey guys, welcome to the second part of our Flutter app tutorial. In our last tutorial, you guys know that once you refresh the app or you close it, everything disappears from your screen. So in this tutorial, we'll be making the app to store your tasks on your local device using shared preferences. So let's get started. Firstly, you will do Flutter pop add shared preferences. This is a package and we are adding it to our file, to our project, so that we can use it in the project, just as if you're importing a module or a library in other language. So in Flutter it's called packages, so we add it to the project. The next thing we need to do is to call this init state. Init state is a state that it is called immediately your Flutter app load that particular page. Immediately it is load, that state will be initialized. Then we are calling this load tags. Now next thing we need to do is to call our shared preferences inside the load tags. The shared preferences package will be used later to store our data. We're now storing the currently stored tags into our tags list. So as you can see, we did press get string list and we get our list. Then the second one that we have here is that we are getting our is checked, but since we can only store string inside the is checked, now we are retrieving it as a boolean using the map. So we map each element and check if it is true, then we make it a true value. But if it's not true, if it's not equal to true, that is string true, then we'll make it false. So we're literally mapping all the elements, converting it to a boolean function, boolean variable, then joining to the list. So the next thing we do is we will save the tags. Now we need to save our task list and check status each time a task is added, removed, or checked. Let's create a method. In the same way, we are calling our shared preferences string task list to initialize the task list, and we're also mapping the list of string, converting it to list of bool, converting it to a string, and then storing it in our shared preferences. So this way now we are saving the tags. So each tag that user input, we save it using this method. So shared preferences, you can save lists, you can save string, you can save any other variable. You can check out the package later after this tutorial. So currently now we are using it to save our list. The next thing we need to do is to create a function to add a new task. As you can see, our task list, the same way we are adding it before, but now we are using a function to make it easier, make it look more clean. So the same way we are adding the function before. So now, after the task is added, we need to call save task to save all the new tasks, then set our state to update the UI. So let's call add new tasks here, then pass in the controller which hold our text that the user type. Then we need to clear the old code since we won't be needing that anymore. We have already created a function for it. So we remove those two. Then we remove the set state as well because we don't need it. The remaining code now is working the same thing as before, but now it will add the tags and then store it in our shared preferences. So let's pick these two here and put it up to make the code even cleaner. So now we need to call just one function now, and our tags will be saved. Let's test that out. We add a task, then another one, then we add one more task as well, just for testing purposes. Then let's try and refresh the app now, as we used to do before. Okay. There's an error here. Okay, this error is because when we add a new packages like a shared preferences, we need to run the device again. So what I'm doing now is just clearing the build project and then calling pop-get and then running the device again. You don't really need to do this. You can just stop the project and start it again. You can also stop and start again, but my emulator internet went off, so I have to start it again. So now let's test it. I've added 3 tags already. So let's test it and refresh and see if it's still there. Good, good. Since we have our result that we want, we have the result that we want. Now let's mark some and check it if it will be stored. Of course, it won't. Let's see. It won't because we are not saving it yet. I'll leave that as my logical thinking at the end. We'll do that at the end. So let's do the remaining part first. So let's remove the tags also and refresh it. As you can see, it's not removed. My wife said I don't know how to pronounce tax. Tax. It's okay. It's task. Tax. I get it. But you guys know what I'm saying. So let's add the tax. Let's create a new variable to delete the tax. So what we're doing now is that we are making a variable, we are adding the tax to it, we are removing the tax from it, and then we are saving it. So anytime you call that save tax, it saves only the one that is remaining. So now if we remove 2 and then call save tax, so only one will be remaining. But before we didn't call save tax after we delete, so nothing happened. You guys understand me? So now let's pick this clear all. Let's do that first. To clear all, you just put the function here. So anytime clear all is clicked, it will first remove it, then save what's remaining. And if what's remaining is empty, to save empty. So that's how we are clearing our shared preferences and our list at the same time. The next thing we do is to delete a tax. So for us to do that, we already have a function here. Let's pass our function into the delete tax function. Delete tax argument. It takes a function. Let's test and see. Okay, there's an error. Okay, yeah. So we didn't add the index. So let's add the index. No, while we are removing a tax, we need to specify which index we are removing. So that's very important. That's how Flutter knows where we are removing from. Because this is 0, this 3 tags, that's 1, 2, 3, 0, 0, 1, 2 index. So let's try it now and restart it. You can see only 2 tags are there. Only 2 tags are there. Let's clear everything. You can see it works. Nothing come back. No tags came back from the dead again now. Okay. Let's try one more thing, which is checking the tags. While we check it, we want it to remain checked even after the user turn off their phone and come back, or close the app and come back. But now it's not working. So what do you guys think we should do? Or what do you guys think we're not doing yet? So you can drop a comment now in the comment section if you think you know the answer, just for learning purposes, for you to know that, okay, you are getting something from this tutorial, for you to know you are learning something. And even if you get it wrong, there's no harm trying. So we have here, what do you think we should do? Are you going to save something? Are you going to store something? What are we storing? What are we saving? To make sure that the checked tags remain checked. Okay, if you guess that we are going to save whatever we check, same way we are saving whatever we delete before you get delete, you are right. So we need to call this save tags, then update the state anytime a tax is checked. The same way we had to call save tags when the tax is removed, before it's removed from our shared preferences. We need to also call save tags so that any change that is being made to that is checked. It is checked list. It will reflect in the shared preferences also, because we're now saving it. So once we now load the task again, you can see it works. It stores. Let's try it again with another task. Let's refresh it. As you can see, it works. So even though you close the app, you come back again, your tasks remain there, so that you won't create a list of things you want to go and buy in the market or in the grocery store. You come back and notice that your list is gone. So this is a better way of saving your list in using shared preferences package. So there you have it, guys. That's it for today's tutorial. In the next tutorial, we are looking toward building a more interesting app than this. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the tutorial.